Okay, in my video I said I will talk about my accident, the accident I had. Okay, look at how it happened. That was on the fateful day, January 12th, 2012. Yeah, 2012. Then, particularly, I was at home with my friend called Uchenna Okono. So we were at home, we were talking about life, young people that just left secondary school, lots of things were freaking us out, trying to get into the world, know how it's like, how life is, being on your own, planning university days and all that. At that particular period, I was doing a pre-degree PD at APSU at the State University. So at the long run, we decided to go pay a friend a visit at one hospital close to where I was staying. So the uncle happens to own the place. So from there, we moved to our secondary school so that we could see our school uncles, our students. Then my youngest is the one I senior direct, UG, was in secondary school. So all we did just went there, they talked to us, we gist, we laugh, we showed them love, gave them money for breakfast. Sorry, that was not breakfast. We gave them money for lunch. So it was wonderful. So when we were coming back, the unavoidable happened. Then we stopped by fruit shop to get some fruit that we'll eat while we were at home. Then we had a lot of things planned out, man, strong vision. Man, I've never been seen around little men. We are all strong and we are doing great things. Even till now, lots of us are doing great things. Lots of us, we are doing great. Sincerely speaking, I won't dispute that fact. So all of a sudden, when we got home, okay, no, we were still on that street. We started hearing people shouting. What happened? A car lost brake. Mind you, I was not inside the car. I was not on the main road. I was in a street where cars don't usually ply. Just a very narrow street where bikes usually ply. So what we did was this: before we could turn, the car already hit us from the backside. Uchenna was very lucky. Yeah, was very lucky. Will I say was very fortunate on that particular day. The car hit him on top of that burner. So me, there was this gutter. Yeah, there was this gutter close by. This gutter, they were still building it. They were still roads. When they are building a new gutter, you get in that particular street. I won't forget that area. That was New Maya Road axis at Apa. That was where this accident happened, Obikabia Junction. So there was this gutter they were building there. You get, so all those roads were still there. Could you believe that car did hit me? Hit some other people at that shop. Continue hitting till me. I was inside that gutter. One of those rods they entered my leg and drew it out. Yeah, entered my leg and drew out the tendons, the bones in that leg. It was crazy. It was crazy. The only thing holding my leg and my feet was one long tendon. If it was being cut out, the leg would fall out on its own. A lot of people started shouting, shouting. It was an awful moment. Yeah, a day that I will never forget. I can never forget. The story is all embedded in my head. You understand? So it's a long time, something that I can never forget. People started shouting, what have happened to this young guy? I'm a very quiet person, mind you, very gentle. I hardly socialize, but I have top powerful friends. Like I have friends, but they are quality friends. Like I don't have quantity. I just have quality set of friends. It's not as if they are that wealthy or no. They are just okay, good, visionary, pursuing. You understand what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, some things went wrong. You get. So they started shouting, what happened? What happened? Some people, could you believe that? I was still wearing my tight jeans. They had to cut the jean. They had to cut the jean so that the leg could be a bit free. They had to start calling people. They all came. Then, particularly, my mom was in Omaya. Yeah, she went to Omaya for something. But when they called her, could you imagine my mom asking a bike man whether he will be able to go to Aba from Omaya? It's crazy. Like, she was just destabilized. I don't know if you understand. So, then my dad was called, my siblings, my school uncle. That was the first person we called because he was close by. So he had to rush with his car. They took me to St. Grace Hospital. They said the injury was so severe. As a matter of fact, It's too much for them to handle. At that particular time, that was so many years ago. Then they are now professional in their fields. You understand? So it's too much. It was so deep. So all what they did was this. What they did was this. They had to use cardboard paper to couple up the leg properly, tie it with some stuff so that it will not fall off. You understand? So they now rushed me into Uncle Victory's car. Mr. Victory Bendo, he's a very wonderful man, sincerely speaking. Omo, his car was soaked in blood. And one other man, Mr. Theophilus, he was also in our church, Royal Rock Church then. That was the school I attended. I attended Royal Rock Academy. That was my school. So it was really crazy. They rushed me to General Hospital at Abowere Road. That was where they rushed me to. So there, look at what I was just saying. Where is my SAT form? Then I did not even finish. Like, what took me to the school initially is because, while I was in secondary school, I was trying to save up money. I usually save a lot. I have so many of my aunties that will say, oh, just take and do this. Like, I was that very liberal with money then. You understand? So then I saved up for my SAT exam, SAT exam, scholastic aptitude test. That was the exam I wanted to travel to the US at that particular time. I never planned schooling in Nigeria. I have never planned schooling in Nigeria. I've always wanted to school in the US. You understand? So I had to save up. My parents didn't even know. So I saved up money and I purchased the form. So it was when I went to fill the form, that was when the accident happened. I've already collected it from early learning, you understand, and filled some parts. So there are some parts I wanted my uncle to help put me through. Our principal, Uncle Vestry, to help put me through. So that was why I went with Uchenna. So when he did put me through on all those things, then we're coming back. That was when the accident happened. So they were now the people that had the cord that now took me to the hospital while we wait for my mom and some of my family members to come over. You understand? So well, when my dad heard about the thing, he fell down 10 times while trying to wear his trousers. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Mr. Bezo Honagwara. He was a great man. He taught us lots of things I know now. He taught me well, sincerely speaking. And I would not do anything to put him to shame. I'll always be upright and do the right things at the right time. Okay. Okay, so while in the hospital, I met with one particular man. He was close by because it was just a general ward. They wanted to see how things are going first before they can now put you in for surgery and the rest. Then I saw some couple of student doctors that were fully men doctors to really check out patients and all that. The man is sitting close to me, lying close to me. Omo, his one arm is amputated and one leg is amputated due to electrocution from transformer. He's a NEPA official. He has been left there for a long time. You understand? Due to the situation of things, but I believe later on they responded to his matters. Okay, the doctor said the unbelievable. When they were with my mom in the hospital, he said something that this leg cannot be saved. It should be amputated. That my dad should come and sign so that they will amputate the leg. I told my mom, literally, let me tell you verbally what I told him, what I told them. My leg will never be amputated. That's the truth. If they do that, I die. Get. So I was so positive. Why? Because somehow in a negative way. But the thing is this: I knew of a truth. I cannot be on this planet Earth with one leg. You understand? So that was what I told them. So they got scared and were more like, is there any other options? I just kept praying, saying, God, please, I will not die. That was what I was saying from that particular time I had the accident. I shall not die. Even that period while I was in the hospital, lots of my friends came around. They were crying. Even my female friend then, she came around. She was crying. She's married now. She was crying. Everybody was so, it was a very ugly day. December 12th, 2012. A day I will never forget. Because that period, AXO had their strike that brought us back home. We were just trying to equip to go back by January or thereabout. I can't really recall the scenario behind those part, but the thing is this. It's more like we're on strike. But the thing is, I was also preparing to go back to school. Yeah. Because me, I wanted to do medical doctor. Absolutely, I did not get, so I had to do PD. Okay, so at the long run, something led to another, something led to another. They were still contemplating. They were still talking about how we will prepare for my surgery to be done. So what now happened is this. There is this doctor that helped my sis. You know, my sis, when she was growing up, our housemaid pushed her down from the table where she fell and broke her arm. You get? So there's this particular man that was working with horseman then. Horseman that usually cut off people's hands or legs, maybe. Horseman then, you understand? So the man was more like, there's this doctor, his boss, kind of. He studied in Russia. He's an Ungwa man. He's an Ungwa man. Dr. Mon of Hopeville Hospital. He's a great man. He was the one God used to revive this leg, sincerely speaking. So they said that we should give him a trial, but the thing is this: we should try and get this child from this part first. Then he'll take us to their office at should be Abore roadside in Aba. You understand? So we said, okay, no problem. But at that particular time, I lost so much blood, so I I took 12 piles of blood. Some were bought, some were donated by my dad. Yeah, some were bought, some were donated. You understand? So to match it up, 12 piles of blood. That was what I took that particular period so that I could refill because I lost so much blood. My blood was just pumping. I lost so much blood. I thought I would have died. You understand? I thought I would have died. See, I told myself that my story, I will always talk about it. I will not stop talking about it. It was a crazy experience. I experienced, it was bad, sincerely. It was really, really bad. I had an awful experience, sincerely. So I didn't really know what to do about it. I didn't really know what to say about it. All I knew is that I had an awful experience, sincerely speaking. So this is how we now moved from the hospital to the other hospital, Hopeville Hospital. That is how we now move from General Hospital to now Hopeville Hospital at Aba. Okay, so this is the end of this particular experience. Next one, I will continue with the story. Okay, love you all. Thank you for watching to this part. Thanks.